So, the National Hockey League returns after a lengthy strike to play a shortened season beginning January 19th. Around here, this is a big deal, as hundreds of thousands of Toronto Maple Leaf fans have had to rely on themselves as their main source of disappointment for the last few months. Anyway, once the strike was over, one of my Facebook friends posted this article from sportsnet.ca titled, 13 Ways the NHL Can Pay Back Its Fans. Pay back the fans. For what? Every time there's a strike in a sports league, the fans believe they are owed something by that league for making them wait to watch it. It happened in '99 with the NBA lockout, the '94 MLB strike, and the 2004 NHL strike, when the entire season was lost. The fans think that because they've supported their team all this time, that because they were made to wait to watch it again, that they've been cheated and disrespected, and they're owed compensation. Why? Because you've paid to go see some games in the past? Check the ticket stub if you still have it. You paid for a game. One. Whatever the cost of that ticket was, you paid that to be entertained for the 2 or 3 hours the game was on for. For that price, you're not owed a lifetime of games. This is like suggesting that because I went and bought groceries somewhere, if that grocery store went on strike, when they reopened, they'd owe me free food. In fact, that would be worse because the likely reason that I went to that grocery store was because it's close by. So I was actually inconvenienced by having to go somewhere else. People that didn't get to watch the NHL haven't been inconvenienced at all. You didn't have to go out of your way in order to feed yourself. You just didn't get to watch a thing you like to watch. And let's talk about support. What did you support? Time to get all mathematical up in this bitch. Say you're a fairly average fan. You go to a handful of home games a season, we'll say 6 or 7. You bought a hat and a t-shirt, and you watch the rest for free on TV. 7 tickets at $80 each maybe, that's $560. Shirt and a hat cost you $60, $70. Maybe you bought some concessions while you were there. Let's just round up and say you spent $700 to be entertained in a year by your favorite team. $700. Now, the NHL's league minimum is $500,000 a year. $500,000 for the cheapest player on the team. $6,097.56 a game, roughly. The $700 you spent all season barely paid for the team's bench warmer to sit on his ass for 11% of one game. How are you supporting the team? Financially, you certainly aren't. Morally? Moral support doesn't pay the electricity bill to keep the lights on at the arena. And never mind the players with $5, $6, $7 million a year contracts in the NHL. And if you're a baseball fan, yeah, that $5 hot dog you just bought's really putting a dent in A-Rod's $28 million a year salary. Yeah, Buckley, but without the fans, the sport wouldn't exist. Wrong again. Without the fans, the advertising and sponsorship wouldn't exist. The real money that actually pays the salaries, travel cost, arena upkeep, equipment, all that shit. And sure, they wouldn't be too interested in advertising to an empty arena, but a professional league would still function. There are many professional sports leagues around the world that have smaller audiences than I have, but they still exist. Shit, the major indoor soccer league averages around 4,000 fans a game. Sure, without the big money, the players wouldn't be paid as much, and some of them might move to other countries where they might make more money. But without you, the asshole in the Cheeto-stained shirt screaming that a sports league owes them something, the sport would be still played somewhere at a professional level, and people who excel at the sport would still participate somewhere. If anything, all the fans do is give the players a reason to go on strike and bitch that they're not getting a big enough slice of the pie. The idea of being owed something suggests that you didn't get what you paid for in some way, but you did. You saw the games you paid for, you got the shirt, the jersey, the overpriced beer that you pissed out long ago. That transaction is complete. They obviously owe the season ticket holders if they paid in advance. They deserve to be compensated for the games they actually paid to see but didn't get. But everyone else is owed nothing. Would it be nice if they did something to show appreciation to the fans? Sure. Are you well within your rights to not watch the games put on by a league of millionaires bickering about money you could only ever dream of having? Absolutely. But you're an idiot for watching any professional sports league in the first place if you really, truly thought they were all playing for the love of the game. But they took hockey away from us. This is actually a fucking comment I've seen made. In fact, Nike pandered to the fans who believed this with this commercial.
If you want to take away hockey, you better take Canada and everything in it.
Because if not, I'll strap rulers to my feet.
I'd build a rink with my freezer.
Find a patch of ice in the middle of the road.
And make a puck out of frozen hamburgers.
No one took hockey away. Almost every country in Europe has a professional league. There's the AHL, the CHL, college leagues. Every Canadian city likely has a minor league team of some kind or one close by. Games from other leagues were on TV. If you spent the last few months not watching any hockey, that's your own fucking fault. So now that the NHL is back, sit down, shut the fuck up, and watch it. Or don't, but still shut the fuck up about it. You're not owed anything. If anything, you owe them for all those games on TV you watch for free. Let's say $50 a game. Say every year you watch 50 hockey games and you've been doing that for 20 years. Looks like you owe the league at least $50,000. Ready to call it even? Yeah, I thought so.